Hello, loves. Welcome back to my channel. Here on Conversations with Kim, you know we're going to be talking about all the good stuff, everything about life, love, and all that comes with it. Before we get into today's conversation, I just wanted to be sure that you have hit the subscribe button and that you click the notification bell as well so that you know every time that I upload a new video. Now I'm working on becoming a little bit more consistent, y'all. So y'all just bear with me. This ain't as easy as most people would think it is. So I myself have a lot of people that I have to confer with and talk to go on and get my head in the game as well. But the one thing that I realized in all things that this is a journey, whether it's this side of the spectrum or the other side. I've been sitting where other people are sitting right now, watching other people's videos, getting inspired and things like that, and knowing that I had something to offer to the world. So just give me a minute. I'm going to do better. I promise. Today, I want to talk about something that's very, very dear to my heart. And if y'all see me looking down, just forgive me because I made some notes because I wanted to make sure I didn't forget nothing. Because what it is that I want to talk about today is something that's very, very, very special to me. And it's even more special because there are a lot of people, male and female, that I see dealing with the same things. And in all things, one thing I realize is that we all have to get there. Number one, that's the first thing. Then number two, if you go against what it is that you know or believe, then that's what's going to continue to throw things off with you. Because you have to be careful what you're putting into your mental Rolodex, and you can't absorb what other people are saying and thinking and feeling and believing and allow that to become your reality. So for today's topic, I want to preface it by saying the topic may sound one way, but if you just listen to what the topic is, you'll get it and it'll make perfect sense. So, for lack of a better term, and for, just me being me, today's topic I want to preface it is saying, not preface it, y'all, forgive me. I want to just call it never sell out on what you believe. This morning I was up doing my, typical Instagram scroll and everything like that, because I like to get into a word and kind of see, what's going on in the world and stuff like that. Not go crazy. I don't, start my day, oh my God, I, got to do this first. But certain people I really do value. And I came across one of my, what I call her my baby sis. Her name is Crystal Michelle, and she is on Instagram. Her handle is at Style by Crystal Michelle. So we'll get into that. I'm gonna leave her information below. But she did an Insta story, and her Insta story said that she refuses to give into the quote millennial mindset of oh, it can't be this way. The way things were back in the day ain't the way it is now. And, that things can't be a certain way. Like either everybody got to be cheating or, everybody, you got to always be constantly spying, checking, peeping, looking, digging in on your person or the person that you would like to be your significant other, because that's not true. Her Insta story said that she still believed in the simple things. I'm just going to kind of give you the short version. She was saying that she still believed in dating. She still believed in marriage. She still believed in being in love. She still believed in being good friends, and she still believed in being, a ride or die through the thick and thin, or being there, let's say, because, ride or die get taken all out of context these days. But she still believes in being there through the thick and thin. She still believes in going to meet the parents, for some reason, and I can almost understand why, but we as a culture have allowed society, other people's situations, rumors, speculation, to take control of what we think, feel, and believe. It doesn't have to always be that you can't trust a person. Everybody does not always warrant spying and, oh, let me double check, double dip, let me go back, let me research you, this, that, and the other. I'm not saying that everybody's perfect. I'm not even saying that some people don't even warrant that. But what I am saying is if you see up front that this is what you feel you may have to do in order to be with this person, that ain't who you need to be with. Flat out, Willie Bone Jr. Understand this. There is still the possibility of just finding true love. It is. There are the possibilities that you can trust someone. There are possibilities that you can really have that life that you truly desire. But the first thing I want to say is you need to know what the life is that you desire. Because see, a lot of times we get caught up with either I like a particular type of person, or I did this in the past, now I want to do this now, or I don't like this. This is not what I want to do. That mentality. And the Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So if this is what you continue to believe, then that's what you're going to get. Your life is going to always be a series of what you believe. It's going to always be evident of what you believe. Think about it. The things that you really, really, really want, the things that you really put your heart, soul, and energy into, the things that you take and say, you know what, I'm going to make that happen. This is what I'm going to do. And you do that with a pure and sincere heart, right? Like you go into it expecting it to be great because you know that your faith tells you that it can. Why can't we take and put that same kind of energy into finding love, into finding that type of relationship, into being able to have that person? The one thing that I knew, and understand something, I was raised in a very old school. I'm a Gen Xer. So I was raised in a very old school mindset. So there are things that I know, that I've seen, that I've witnessed, that I've heard. I've heard all of that stuff. So it's not that I'm naive to the fact. I'm not, here trying to just be like, okay, well, maybe that worked for me, but that it can't work for you, or vice versa. I don't want anybody to ever think that that's what I'm trying to say, because it's not. But what I did know is what I believed that God said I could have. I didn't believe that every man, and I'm just speaking of me, that my significant other automatically couldn't be trusted. Not that I haven't had situations where I have had to deal with infidelity on behalf of my exes. But what I do know is that I was not going to allow that to dictate what I believe. Meaning, I was not going to just put all men in one basket. Oh my God, all men are just dogs. They all out here cheating. If he ain't talking to me, he must be talking to somebody else. That if I don't know where he at, then, or if I can't get him on the phone, oh, he must be talking to somebody. I can't. I couldn't. And not that I won't say that I didn't have thoughts to creep up. Now, I done called you. It's been, whatever amount of time or whatever. So I'm not going to tell you that I'm not that person. But what I realized that I couldn't do is I could not allow those types of things to take control over what it was I believed. I was determined I was not going to allow anything to control what I believed, because I know that if God said it, then that is what it is. The end. There's no two ways about it. There's no, well, here's a loophole here. This is what I knew that I wanted in my life. I knew I didn't want nobody that I always got to be checking on all the time. I don't want to play inch high private eye. I don't want to have to carry a secret squirrel briefcase around. I don't want to have to be going out here doing all this detective work. That ain't my field of expertise. You understand what I'm saying? And for who it is that I am, and the woman that I am, and where it is that I know I want my life to go, I wanted to be able to share that life with someone. I wanted to be able to share life. I don't want to be the dictator. I don't want to be the person that's, oh yeah, I run this, I this, that. No. Now, if that works for you, that's perfectly fine. But what I do know is what wasn't going to work for Kim. That much I knew. So when I was reading the contents of what my baby sis said, it just really touched my heart, because she would be a millennial, and her whole belief was that I'm just not going to give into that mindset of just feeling like, no, it can't happen. Or if it happened, you're going to have all these things that you're going to have to deal with, in order for you to have that. It just really did something to my heart to really say that. And, she wants more than just, okay, me and him, or, I got this dude I'm talking to. She wants the whole thing. And there's nothing wrong with wanting that. Absolutely nothing. But understand, with anything worth having, number one, is worth waiting for. Number two, will require a sacrifice. Meaning that you're going to have to make sure that you keep your head in the game and not allow outside influences, other entities, meaning the enemy that's usually right here. You can't allow yourself to get in your own way. You can't allow what your girlfriend got going on, or guys who may see this, what your homeboy got going on, to dictate and suffocate what you believe in, because you're handing over your belief system to them and their situation, which ain't got nothing to do with you. It really don't. Your friend is probably just looking for somebody to vent to, just talk to, whatever. But see, when you listening to them and then you giving feedback or whatever, or they looking for somebody to really kind of cheer them on, and yeah, I know, because I had this girl, I had this dude who I was talking to, and you know what? Now you start to and see, and it just starts to trickle down effect. It just starts to trickle down, and now that same seed has now started to kind of route its roots over in your life, and you ain't even had nothing to do with that. So sometimes we have to be careful what we listening to, and if you're not strong enough to be able to be like, whoo, you know what, this is just way too much for me, and I'm gonna have to talk to you later. Phone ringing, you need to go make spaghetti for your hamster, you need to go get your cat a bath, whatever it is you need to do, but you may have to find a way to dip out of that, okay? Because energy truly goes where energy grows, and grows where it goes, and all of that, because that energy, it just gets transferred. It's done went from them to you. You didn't even have no problems, and now guess what? Now you over here with a whole situation that you done created all in your head, because you was trying to beat up somebody else. Really is really all it was. And now you and your feelings, because, well, you know what? He might be right. See, you can't trust them. And now something simple as, hey, somebody may be in the shower when you call them, but because they don't answer the phone, oh, guess what? Well, I gave them 10-15 minutes. They could have called me back. You didn't text me. I called you and I texted you. You didn't say nothing. Da da da. And now you done just got this whole story created in your head. But you was just fine before you talked to this other person. I kind of got off the subject, but I'll get back to that. So understand something, that as women and as men, we have to be sure that we don't just blatantly, disrespectfully opt into some of what other people got going on and what other people have put themselves in. Because you'd be surprised. A lot of times, we be, oh, well, I'm going to just go on and get with them, and then maybe they'll change, or, and it's not that a person can't change, but understand that that person going to have to want to do that on their own. They're going to have to. You can be the best person. You can be everything that they need. You can be all of those things. Check all their boxes. But guess what? If they have not gotten to a place in their heart as well as their mind that, hey, this is what I need right here, it ain't gonna matter how wonderful you are, love. They still gonna end up with the same situation. The situation remains the same. And it's not even gonna be up to you to change it. They gotta still want to change it. And it's not gonna change until they change. There is such a power in what you believe. It's energy that is alive and it gives you life. What you believe, baby, is what you're going to attract. If you keep looking up and you keep getting them same situations, you ain't never meeting the family. You ain't never going on no dates. Ever. Ever. We just doing drop-bys. You always Netflixing and chilling. You done got all the way to the end of all the Netflix movies. All of them. And y'all still ain't went nowhere. No dates. No family. He generally, in most cases, especially women, he just always at your house. Okay. I'm just saying. As a man thinketh, so is he. If you got to start doing background checks, you got to start doing, let me troll your social media. That's not the one. Now, if y'all have always been Facebook friends or whatever the case may be, or Instagram or whatever, you follow this person, all of that's fine. Please understand, I'm not trying to just, I'm not here to sell a fantasy. I'm not here to just try to make it seem like, oh, all is perfect over here or over in your world or what have you, because that's far from what it is that I am or who I am. But what I do know is that if you go into something feeling that those things are going to be part of the job, you need to, number one, go back and double check the job description to become a significant part of this person's family. Because if that's going to be one of the requirements, you might want to go ahead and opt out now. Ain't gonna be no severance package, none of that. But understand something, that what you see is what you're going to get. And there are no guarantees that this is going to change. See, I have had some girlfriends that I talked to, and it's so funny because, like I said, I've just had enough experience in life, y'all, and just, really have had a chance to really just watch and observe people, because I really like to just study people, not like in a negative way, but my thing is just, if you just sit back and listen, a lot of times people will show you and tell you exactly who they are. And when you have people that come into just the friendship, like you meet them, and like once you start having those conversations and stuff like that, and you get on the phone, you talking, you texting or whatever, and they start doing they want to let you know up front they're emotionally unavailable. They want to let you know up front that they got a lot going on. They want to let you know up front that, I be real busy. Then my thing is this. Well, clearly, that's to be respected, number one. Number two, if you're looking for a relationship, this ain't for you. Because what they have done is put all their disclaimers up front and out front. So later on, when you start saying, well, we don't spend any time together, well, we don't really do anything, I haven't met your family. Well, I told you up front what it was. And to his or her credit, guess what? They did. Now, you might not like it, but in all fairness, they did tell you that. And this ain't just applying to men, this applies to women too. Because, we be out there in these streets and, we be wanting to act like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to keep him as just, that'll be something to do if I don't have nothing else to do. I'm not here to bash men or women, because trust me when I tell you, I get it from both sides of the spectrum. All the things that I talk about on here are things that I've talked about more than one time. My husband and I have all kind of conversations. I'm always seeking a male perspective on things. My male friends, my husband's friends, my girlfriends, of course, and even friends of theirs that I've talked to and everything like that. It's just all about perspective. And I am what I've come to kind of figure out. I'm kind of a solutionist. Because my thing is, we got to take and pull it all apart. We got to pull the whole thing apart. Whatever the problem is, we got to pull it apart. Because we got to look at all the pieces. We got to look at every brick that it took for you to get here. Every brick. Because you didn't just wake up one morning and this is what it was. You didn't. And see, we have to tell the truth about that. That's one of the main things. We have to be honest and open and very, very real with ourselves. Even when we don't want to. This is my own thing. I've had to do the same thing. I have to always look at I'm a firm believer in how do we get here? Because again, you didn't just look around and bam, this is what it was. And no. How did we get here? There's always, anytime you do the playback, there's always a series of events that led up to this current action. Always. I put money on it. Always. It's never just, bam, this is what happened. If you think about it, anytime you've encountered a situation in your life, and once you get past the shock of it, the shock of whatever it is that happened, you turn around and you start playing back in your head the things that happened before that. And guess what? You start to see signs. You start to see seeds that were planted. You start to realize, you know what? I did see this. They did say that. I do remember blah, blah, blah. And whereas you may not want to just be like, oh, I don't want to just, you don't want to be done blew it off. And you didn't. But the action, the ultimate action that happened is that thing that made you say, you know what? God dog it. Yes, I did. Yes, he or she did. This happened right here. And you know what? I didn't even think about that. I didn't. When you have a person that wants to be a part of your life, whatever it is that it's going to take for them to be a part of your life, that's what they're going to do. And they want you to be a part of their life collectively. See, you need to get to this. See, this right here, this is this is what becomes us. This is the we, us, and our right here. Not, oh, okay, well, you holding on them for dear life, and they like, okay, well, guess what? Yeah, I mean, I'll let you hold me, but I gotta still be able to, slide out if I need to, because I got, something else to do. And it don't even always be about going to be with another person. They might have just decided in actuality, this is more than I thought it would be, or this ain't what I'm really looking for. And that may not be anything negative against you. It's just that what you require, because you have to put them requirements in place, especially my ladies, put them requirements in place. You have to require what it is that you want of your significant other. You have to require. Men, you got to have something more than she pretty, she got a big butt. It's got to be something more than that. She bad. Okay, what else? What else? You're going to have more. But you got to know what your more really is and what your more really means. Not just, oh, I'm up in here and, you can take her around your boys and, she look good, and whatever. Or ladies, you can take them around your girls if he want to go be around your girls. Because, man, he might be a little quicker to, y'all get what I'm saying. But anyway, you have to be careful of what your more is. Because the flash, the glitz, the glam, all of the beautiful postings on social media and coupled up, booed up, posting stuff constantly about, ooh, my, him, my, her, we this, we that, vacations and bay this and bay that and all that. If you know this ain't really bay, for real, who are you trying to convince? Because there's always somebody else who knows what the deal really is. Which, okay. But that's another topic on another day. So, what I want to say over everything is, if you live life long enough, there's going to be so much that you're going to learn. And if you continue to go through life basically lying to yourself, and you continue to lie to yourself, then that becomes your reality. It does. It becomes your reality. And it's unfortunate, but a lot of us tend to put ourselves in situations where what we are presenting to the world, we really don't even believe ourselves. But I want it to look like it's this. But on the flip side of that, you checking, scrolling. Let me see if I can get into your phone. Let me see if I can, be checking text messages. That's a lot of work. Who wants to have to do all of that? Again, secret squirrel, that briefcase tends to get heavy after a while. Trust me. I know. I've done the legwork. I've done enough research. I know enough people to sit and be able to tell you with my whole heart, baby, if you got to do all that, it's not worth it. It's not. Male or female, it's not worth it. Know what it is that you want. If you want family outings, you want holidays with the family, if you want, real couples, dreams, couple goals and stuff like that, then believe in what it is that you want. Believe in it. But understand that there will be some compromise in there, because it's not going to be all about you. It's not. It's about the us. It's about the us. And you got to get to the us. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be Hallmark cards and rainbows and unicorns and art. It's not going to be that every day. Some days you might get a Hallmark card, but the unicorns is on break, and it's raining outside, and, the rainbows ain't came from the sun, where the rain supposed to come and the, gas be reflected off of Venus. And y'all know me. But anyway, you get the gist of what I'm saying. It's not going to be perfect every day, but it's got to be so worth it. It's got to be so worth it that, guess what? You willing to take and say, you know what? I'm having an interesting day today. We're a little off today, or whatever the case may be. But guess what? Hey, it'll be better. It'll be better. And it will. It will. But nothing comes without its challenges. Like nothing, And you just have to understand in all things that, guess what? He or she is worth it. They're worth it. And I'm going to keep believing in the fact that, guess what? This is my somebody. I know for me, my husband is my person. He is my person. And we get on each other's nerves sometimes because I'm a Virgo. That's my disclaimer for everything. I'm a Virgo. So I am a thinker. I will repeat back what it is that you're saying to be sure that I understand. And I know sometimes that gets on his nerves, but I want to be sure that I hear him correctly. But he knows that's what comes with me. But on the flip side of that, he knows the woman that I am. He knows my character. He knows how I feel about us and our family and what it is that we do in life and where it is that we're going. And the thing is, our spirits mirror each other. Our visions mirror each other to become that one. So it's that one vision. And it's not to say that you don't get to still be your own person, or he don't get to be still get to be his own person. But guess what? Everybody, there should be still, you got to get to the us. We still got to be connected. And some of y'all, some of us, because again, like I said, I've been there, child, it could matter. It wouldn't matter if the light, the plug, the plug that you plug stuff into the wall, it wouldn't matter if you got a full life-size plug. You still can make a connection to that person. You still can't. But you may like what this person has to offer. You like what their story looks like. They may look like the picture of success, or, ooh, he is just, or man, she bad. And to be able to just tell people that this is who I'm talking to, or this is, she, who I'm talking to right now, whatever the case may be. Okay. Now, once you get past that, that's what I call collectively the ooh-wee phase. Once you get past the ooh-wee phase, can you still say, I can't live without him? This is just my person. That, like, you have to like your person. And if y'all need me to elaborate on that, please leave comments down below, because I would really, really love to go into that, because that's a whole different piece that we could talk about. A whole different piece of this puzzle. Because love, like, and in love are different things in different spectrums. And I'll be more than happy to break that down for y'all. No problem. Take this day and understand what it is that you really want. It does not have to just be you selling out on what you believe in order to make an attempt at being settled. Meaning trying to be with this one person. You trying to settle down. So, yeah, well, I guess I'll, go ahead and be with him, or, be with her, or just whatever. You ain't got to settle. You ain't got to settle. Will there be challenges? Yes. Will it take some work and some effort? Yes, it absolutely will. But by the same token, the end result of that should be what you realize over everything always makes it worth it. Always. I don't care what come or go. This is what makes it worth it all. I know for me, every day me and my husband get up, we leave out together, we go to work, everything like that. He goes one direction, I go in the other. And then for me, every day, I don't care what it is that is going on during the day, it's all about getting back to the us. Because here is where we come together. Here is where we do what we feel and believe what works for us. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. But when you take up a life with somebody, then you're willing to share all of who that person is. And there are going to be sometimes people do just, need a little time to themselves. Sometimes my husband's downstairs, sometimes I'm upstairs, And it don't mean that he mad at me. I'm not mad at him or whatever, but sometimes just to have some time to just think on your own, I know when my kids were growing up, the only time, y'all, that I was ever alone by myself was when I dropped my baby off at the daycare and I went to work, and then on my way from work and back to pick my baby up. That's the only time I was by myself. And it took me years. So when I tell y'all the leg work has been done, trust me when I tell you. I have conferred, talked to, group sessions, all of those things to realize where it is and how I got here. And how it is and why it is that either sometimes relationships work or don't work. And it doesn't always make you or that person a bad person. But guess what? Sometimes it just really just does not work. And again, when you go back and you start looking at after the impact, how did we get here? You'll see there's been a series of events over days, weeks, months, years even, that led to the ultimate demise. Nobody's bad, but nobody's a victim. It is what it is, Sometimes we pulling for something that we really need to let go of anyway. And in all things, it's all good. So we are going to wrap up today's session of Conversations with Kim. And I would love for you all to leave comments, give me some feedback on what it is that you think about these types of conversations, this type of dialect even, because it's something, as my baby sis had told me about. She said, this is a conversation that needs to be discussed. It's a topic. It is a topic. And, if you got a side piece mentality, and you like being over there, being on the side, being kept, being comforted, whatever, that is perfectly fine. I am not here to judge anybody. Okay? Because again, like I said, I know people from all sides of the spectrum. So it's not about judgment, but it is about being honest about who it is that you are and honest about what it is that you really want. That's the main thing. Don't sell your soul settling. Don't sell your soul Don't sell out on what you believe because somebody else got some issues. Don't make those issues yours. As always, I love y'all. And I want y'all to go just take a minute and just think about the things that we talk about here. And like I said, leave a comment below. Subscribe. Share the video with family and friends or anybody that you feel like, hey, this might be something that, you might want to take a look at or just give it a thought, But I will see you the next time, y'all. It has been awesome as always. Love y'all. Y'all be blessed.